me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch. People dying, kill me in the packing house. Even you
Bunny Ears.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to a very special episode of Bunny Ears.
Very special. Yeah.
We're wearing our tinfoil bunny ears tonight.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. Warren, because I, Matt Cohen, and our illustrious host,
Mr. Mechaleka Clucklin McCluckle.
McClurkin Clunkin.
Corky McCluck.
Clunkin Clerk.
Corky.
Tonight we have something neat in store for you.
Yeah, it kind of just popped into our heads.
Everything is a lie, and everything you've ever been told is wrong. And we're here to expose some of that for you. It's the conspiracy theory episode.
Yeah.
We just were bullshitting and realized, like, oh, that's another thing we have insanely in common that we haven't.
I have a quite a fondness for watching flat Earth truther videos.
And I incidentally prefer the hollow Earth, but together we make a full
with our powers combined.
we make a full Earth. So we figured we'd just bullshit about that. Like I've gone deep down the hole lately in terms of YouTube videos and podcasts and my whole life I've been into the occult. I would say as a way to sum it up in general. But recently, there's been all I've been doing.
I have a feeling I'm going to be impressed with some of your knowledge. I like to go down.
We figured we just like name off famous conspiracy theories and see what we know about
just
them.
Jive,
and see if we think they're true or not.
Yeah, exactly.
You already said it. What's your favorite one, man?
Oh, yeah, no. Honestly, I am on a flat Earth kick. It's amazing.
Who isn't?
Yeah, I know. It's I do it with my lady friend. I've been introducing it to her, and it's. They're just so stunning. It's one of those things where she just turns to me and just like watches my face, whereas I rest my chin on on my hand and just like just keep on shaking my head, going this is amazing.
The thing specifically with flat Earth to me, like we'll jump around, but like so let's say the moon landing. The theory is it could have been faked, and the reason we might have faked it is because we were in a space war with Russia.
And at least that is something that I can understand.
You understand what they get out of it.
Yeah, the why.
What does the new world order, as it were, get out of perpetrating the lie that the Earth is round instead of flat?
That's exactly like out of all the videos.
To what fucking end?
To what end? I mean, the closest thing I've ever gotten to an explanation, like, or at least an excuse or whatever, is because the NASA's budget or some shit like that.
Isn't NASA like shut down anyway?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's and at the same time, NASA has only been around for since the 50s,
50, 60 years. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. So it's. So all the time before that, like, why would they? I mean, it really is a turtles all the way down kind of thing. Like, I mean, just it's absurd. It's just absurd.
And going to the moon landing one, they go, okay, well, there's no wind on the moon in theory, so why is that flag waving? There's stuff with the shadow. There's stuff with this. There's little things. Mm-hmm. The flat Earth, they've got fucking nothing.
There's just nothing.
They've got nothingness.
I mean,
for flat Earth to be true, everyone has to have been lying for so fucking long.
Look, yeah, and again, to what end? What is the benefit from it? And I love some of this stuff where because there's all kinds of variations on the on the theory, because a lot of flat earthers don't believe in gravity. Or at least, but then so what they think is the flat Earth, the plate Earth, is moving upwards at whatever they'll name whatever kind of tens of thousands of miles, and then an hour, and it is, and what it is, it's about density. And it's not about gravity, so that's how we kind of stick to it, and the way they kind of will go about explaining it. Well, one, it doesn't make any sense, and two, it's kind of I sit there and go, they're kind of just describing gravity.
It's they have to do so much work for this theory to be true.
It's amazing.
What I mean? There's
and especially with this moon and sun that's kind of rotating around it. If we're accelerating upwards, wouldn't it be smashing into us?
Why just and who keeps neither affects us.
Oh, and sometimes they have the one where it's flat Earth with a dome around it too.
If they declared that the Earth was flat tomorrow, you know how it would change my life? It fucking would not.
It just wouldn't, So what's the
why
whole
the fight?
What's the hullabaloo?
Why die? Why choose that hill to fucking die on?
Yeah, exactly. It's boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Shaq is a flat earther.
Oh yeah.
The rapper B.O.B. is infamously trying to kickstart satellites into outer space. To which
he's the first one.
To which people have replied, "Hey, buddy, there's already some satellites up there."
Yeah, there's a number of athletes. There's the AJ Styles one also.
Oh, is AJ a flat earther?
Well, you watch the Talking Smack, like even just that clip with him and Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan is like kind of just I guess AJ's coming out and Daniel Bryan goes, "Well, you believe the Earth is flat," and he goes, "Well, your feet are flat," and then Daniel Bryan goes, "That might be so, but you still think the Earth is flat."
Well, that's actually great, and again, AJ Styles is if not the best wrestler on the planet, one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
Killer. Yeah.
But I also like to remind people about once a year that on a Bullet Club era Talking Shop podcast, he is a 9/11 truther also.
Yeah. I've heard that too, like in the same kind of like when that was kind of coming out.
Those two sort of seem to fit together, the flat Earth and 9/11 truthers.
I know it's funny because some of these truthers in general, like a flat earther will kind of like they'll get insulted if you kind of like if you imply that they believe in the moon conspiracy, like just like what you just think I'm a conspiracy theorist,
exactly.
And you know what?
A lot of
probably
them.
yes.
Yeah. So I
do kind of believe
on
that.
flat Earth. I'm gonna give it a big no. I'm gonna say the Earth is most likely spherical.
Yeah, it's pretty definitive.
We can go further than round, and it's spherical. I think we kind of figured it out.
Yeah, I think exactly. Because again, it's always like to what end?
Along the same line, one of my favorite all-time fucking conspiracy theories is the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, and I only got introduced to that a couple months ago.
Okay, so Hollow Earth is incredible, and it's been around for a minute, and it's been popularized because now who knows to what extent any of this is true. And again, please don't be tough on me on the exact facts because I'm paraphrasing and we didn't do research or anything. And it's been a long weekend. But so Hitler was way into the occult.
Yeah.
And specifically, he believed in the Hollow Earth. And there was this thing called the Thule Society, which was started by high-level Nazis. And their goal was basically to go around the world to both find and also fake, like, historical relics that tied in with Hitler's whole Aryan myth thing, right? Mm-hmm. So Hitler basically said white Germans were the original great people, and
rewriting history. I mean, is it as a propaganda tool, or just to appease him
as a propaganda tool, that like the Holy Grail was an Aryan thing, and they had to find it, and the Spear of Longinus that appears Christ. But his big thing was the Hollow Earth, and so much so. And again, this is all conjecture, but like.
Antarctica, right?
Pretty sure that they sent teams of Nazis to Antarctica to try to find like the portal into the Hollow Earth. And what they believe is inside. There's an account, and now I'm completely quoting off the top of my fucking head. There is an account a guy wrote, I believe in the 1930s. I'm not sure, where a pilot claims that he traveled into the Hollow Earth and describes it as a lush prehistoric rainforest with like dinosaurs and shit,
and I'm sure with lots of Aryans in there. I've heard about there's also a culture there. Like
there are people. They're the original people, and I don't think they're neophytes. I think that's Mormon, but there's definitely a made up word for them.
I'm sure they probably are tan somehow.
So their goal was to like use the Hollow Earth as like a panic room for the Nazi race. You know what I mean? Like if shit gets bad on the top, we'll just send Hitler down below, and he'll show it some T-Rexes.
I watched one of these like 45-minute ones on that, like back in apparently they sent a submarine there, like at the end of the war, and that's where a lot of
it's cool
Nazis are. The head of the Orthodox Church and the Pope have been there. Yeah.
It's another one of those where you go like, it's just not true because of like physics.
Yeah, because of I don't know, like earthquakes and plate tectonics.
Sure, and just like having human knowledge for the summation of our existence and knowing things like
and I mean that's what's amazing is like just like like people like skeptics like us kind of just in general like kind of just totally railing on it, and like, there actually is
meanwhile people are listening to us from the Hollow Earth right now,
no exactly kind
part of the warren is
riding high on the hog, riding a brontosaurus.
But that's the funny thing, I don't consider myself a skeptic at all. Like for instance, here's what, so I'm gonna say no on the Hollow Earth too, probably you're agreeing.
I have my doubts.
Here's a classic, and I'll let the cat out of the bag. I believe that JFK was not shot by Lee Harvey Oswald.
Yeah, I mean, I fall on that side of the fence as well.
There's too much fucking shit in that one.
Yeah, I mean, you can you can't put too much stock in the Oliver Stone like
Sure.
movie and stuff like that, because there is a lot of kind of just really like
Conspiracy theory
stretching
shit, yeah.
really stretching. But at the same time,
But the
like
base facts, like there's the base facts of his head went the wrong way. The magic bullet is
but that's how the head would go if he was shot, like from a that kind of direction, because it kicks the other way, because it's the exit wound that is like pushing
there's
it back.
just a lot. There's the whole Patsy angle.
Yeah,
Right.
No,
There's the Jack Ruby of it all.
Oh yeah, no. Like, you actually watch the Jack Ruby when he's like
when he storms in.
perfectly framed,
Yeah.
really well lit. It's like it really does. It's very suspect.
And there are enough.
And Jack Ruby shot him because he wanted to. Jackie Kennedy wanted to spare her a
that's what I
trial.
mean.
Like
So that's it. So, like,
what a noble guy.
Flat Earth, Hollow Earth. There's no motives, right? Like there are a plethora of motives for why someone would have wanted to kill JFK.
Yeah.
From Maryland to the CIA to the Russians to LBJ to
Yeah,
everything.
Cubans,
Yeah.
like,
people. He was controversial to say the least.
Yeah, like that one wouldn't surprise me. Like that one's suspect. That'd be like the closest one I'd say. Like that.
To probably is like almost conventionally accepted that like something weird went down.
And also, I mean, here's the thing: is also it's one of those ones, though. I understand that like people want to believe to a certain extent that like like they don't want to feel like just some like rando can like change the course of history, like
Sure.
with just a gun from a window.
To me,
which,
that's,
but
I
they
mean,
can. I mean, look, there's the mass shootings all the time. People
That's
can
what I
change
mean.
history,
And it's kind of not a sensitive subject, but it definitely hits closer to home for you than me. But like we are not far from where the towers were, and there was not a second where I thought people don't want to believe that we are that out of control.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
That's scary.
Someone had to have profited. Someone had to have, as opposed to just like random act of fucking terror.
But also those are some holes that I go down. Like also, like
the first time I saw Loose Change, I was fucking smoking behind it, and like, whoa, bro. And then I thought about it, and I was like, ugh. Even if it's not exactly what we think it is, let everyone fucking be.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Let the victims and everyone who went through that just like.
I know.
I get kind of offended by 9/11 truthers a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, but the ones I get offended by the most are the Sandy Hook or like ones.
Oh,
the
kids they were actors.
Yeah. What do they call them? They're calling the parents of these kids who just got shot and kind of just like, why you gotta fake it? And it's like, all right, guys, like you can be crazy and make little YouTube videos and things like that, but like you're actually like, you're actually like harming people.
Well, there's
like those are the ones.
There's a fine line with
crisis actors.
There's a fine line with this road, right? With this line of thinking, because the more you kind of open your eyes in the X-Files sense, right? The more you distrust everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like shit rolls downhill.
I don't want to,
snowballs.
like, for instance, like I don't have a panic room. I don't have an emergency supply. I don't have an earthquake kit because I don't want to think about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to walk around. I think you can be interested in these sort of things and open-minded and at the same point not paranoid.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think sometimes goes part and parcel with like being a conspiracy theorist. It's that guy in a fucking van with a tinfoil hat. Who thinks
it's
the
a
aliens are
personality
coming.
type, Yeah. And again, like that's the whole thing. It's like if you believe in a flat Earth, you probably believe in the moon landing conspiracy. Like like it's a certain type exactly. That they,
Speaking of certain types, so one of my favorite overarching conspiracy theories that is used in everything from ancient aliens to the Illuminati to everything is the concept of reptilians. Are you familiar a lot with this?
Not probably not as much as you, but
Okay.
I have gone down that hole again. Also, and some of the video evidence and all that stuff.
There's a British guy named David Icke who used to be like a news reporter on the BBC. He was a presenter. He was like a low-level presenter.
okay.
And all of a sudden, one day, he declared that he is the son of God. He has been given a lot of information about the true nature of the universe, and he just became this dude. He became the reptilian dude.
Sold.
Right? Here's the only issue with this. And honestly, the issue with a vast amount of conspiracy theories, the common denominator turns anti-Semitic real fucking quickly.
Right? Yeah.
So like David Icke
yeah.
wrote a book where it was like, hey, we're really ruled by these reptilian overlords who are farming our energy as fuel because they don't have it on their planet. So the human race is enslaved, and the reason the Illuminati exists is to keep us docile so they could extract this I can't remember the exact word of the energy, and I don't. But
Thetans, body thetans.
sure, that's like the first book. Second book is like, oh yeah, by the way, those reptiles are all Jews.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You had to ease into that one, buddy. Jeez.
There is a like, and so a lot of times I'll be like, oh, this is a cool theory. I'll read this for a minute. I'll get a paragraph in, and then like the Protocols of Zion come up, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
There it is.
That's exactly what we were doing on this one. So like the main conspiracy of all time is that Jews are running the world from some underneath bunker ground somewhere. Yeah. And I'll let you know, I've been a Jew for 33 years. If they are, they don't like me because no one included me in on it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you don't know the handshake, dude?
If we have, like, secret gold supplies and shit, like, let a brother know, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I'm out here repping the cause. It's so funny because a lot of times, like, you'll go, oh, wow, that's actually, that is a cool thing to think of. And, like, it is interesting to open your eyes to, oh, and it's just anti-Semitic.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. It's like, there it is.
I'm not aware if I'm a reptilian. I don't think I am. I don't know how you do the test.
He has layers of reptilians.
Yeah.
The half human kinds, the ones that don't even know they
are.
There
are no full in David Icke's perspective and the people who go down this road. Like,
aren't there some purebloods?
No, we've interbred at this point. They were dying on their planet, basically.
Okay.
And that's why they came here, because this was such a rich, fertile planet. So, like, but it's everyone, like Queen Elizabeth. Is a reptilian.
Oh yes, yeah. No, Justin Bieber, I've
Barack
seen
that.
Obama. Hillary Clinton.
Not Trump though. No one's doing the like Trump's in the Illuminati.
Wow, gosh, so even the reptilians don't want anything to do with them.
I'm big into secret societies. That might be my favorite kind of genre of this all. Yeah, right.
I've been wanting to be like join the Masons for a while.
Oh, buddy,
I kind of have a gateway that I want to start exploring.
It's what they called it's like those esoteric mystery schools, mystery religions, and the idea was it started in like Egypt and Rome, and it was basically like, hey, I know a cool thing. I'm going to tell you that cool thing because you're part of my thing, but for everyone else, we will just shroud it in vagueness and ritual and mystery, but there's an underlying knowledge being passed.
Exactly, because if everybody knew it was cool, then like it's uncool after.
It is the Mason thing. Like, at a certain level, you find out information. I don't think that information is so life-shattering, but to find it out, you have to. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, I've had the opportunity to talk with some Masons, and it's fascinating. I mean,
Me too. Let's do our one part of the episode where we talk about something they don't know about. Dude who just called me a little bit ago, who you said hello to, hardcore fucking Mason, and has told me has gone through the rites with like the robes and shit.
Oh wow!
So that if he's down to talk about that on the show one day,
that would be fascinating. Because it's like because I was trying to be respectful. I was like, I even said to them like if I'm overstepping my bounds by asking these kind of questions or whatever, and they were kind of like they were good proper Masons. It was the right kind of secretive, but at the same time they're kind of just like it's anything like the library is actually really cool, and like I get to meet some really cool people.
I found out it's non-denominational, but you have to one of the main tenets is you have to believe in some sort of higher power, God, but it doesn't have to be religious in any respect. But that is like it's the architect concept.
Yeah, okay, the sun.
Yeah. So you got the Masons who are like, I'd say latter. If I had to do the chronology in my mind of these things, it would be the Egyptians and the Romans and those kind of old schooly cults of Osiris and those kind of things, right? But then where it really piques my interest is with the Templars.
Yeah, I was just about to say
during the Crusades, so like probably 13th century or so.
Like I mean, they developed banking,
I mean they were an actual arm of the I guess the Holy the papal.
Yeah, they were, and then they got excommunicated
very quickly, and there was a day. It is Friday the 13th. Do you know why Friday the 13th is an unlucky day?
I mean, I've heard like all kinds of things.
That is the day the Pope ordered the kill order on all the Templars.
Oh, good. Yeah. That was it that Godfather's? No, the Goodfellas montage.
Oh,
where everyone's getting killed.
Yeah.
Like exactly.
Like Star Wars when they're like Roger, and they do the fucking Operation 861 or whatever.
And even the Godfather, when they kind of just like when he's actually doing the
So and the idea with the Templars is that they started as like they were priest mercenaries. Yeah, they were religious fucking warriors. Like they were swordsmen, but they were also
they protected pilgrims on their way to the Holy Land.
Completely pious, and it was that sort of thing. And at a certain point, the theory is, as it were, is that they received some sort of knowledge. Now, most people like to put it to the Grail legend.
Yeah.
That's what they're most commonly associated with. And even if you go a step further, like there's that book, Holy Blood, Holy Grail from like the 80s.
I've heard of that. Yes,
which
yes,
is it's the precursor to the Da Vinci Code. It's basically like the Grail is the bloodline of Christ.
Yeah, I've watched the History
and it's
Channel.
supposedly passed down through the Merovingian family in France or whatever. It's all very French, right?
The Merovingian.
So suddenly it wasn't cool to be a Templar, and that's when you have all of the different sects, right? You've got the Rosicrucians come out of that, and the Masons come out of that, and eventually
a lot of refugees from the Templars.
Yeah, because you can't be a Templar anymore, but you've got all of this knowledge and secrets and ritual to pass on, and money. They were at one point one of the biggest landholders during the Crusades.
Well, that's what I mean, because they were a part of the route to the Holy Land Pilgrims, so they would have bank. That's what I mean. They kind of developed early banking system.
The and I might be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure it was the Temple on the Mount. Like whatever, they literally had one of those sites in Jerusalem was their headquarters during the Crusades. You know what I mean? And so you have offshoot groups like that. But when it gets fun for me again is, and this is my favorite all-time conspiracy theory secret society group. It's the big one, and people don't realize that it's a real thing. So the Illuminati was a Bavarian fellowhood, just an enlightened, like a secret club. Where like
a social club,
smart guys, and
a bunch of people who were like-minded and
the
intelligent.
Illuminated one. So like the Illuminati is an actual historical thing. It was a Bavarian.
Isaac Newton was one, I think, like that kind of thing. There was actually like a charter.
Now where it all gets crisscrossed is when you get into the concepts of like the New World Order, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's
like they're running the world.
It's the idea that these secret societies and the Masons and the Templars and the
Skull and Bones,
the Bilderberg Group.
Yeah, the Bilderberg Group, and was it Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian Grove, exactly. It's the Trilateral Commission.
That's a new one for me.
That was started by I think Carter or Reagan. It is basically these billionaires who invest in. They are organizations that are their only purpose is for the advancement of society. They call it.
All right,
and that is Bilderberg and Bohemian Grove.
Okay.
It's like rich people deciding what to do next with the world.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds like. I mean, is it like a patronage kind of thing, or is it like shaping the world kind of thing?
Well, that's the problem, right? Because I can buy. It's real. The Bilderberg Group is real.
Yeah, I know that.
They list the attendees and they list the hotels they meet at every year, and a lot of this shit is real. The problem is, what are they really doing, right?
Yeah.
Is it innocuous?
Yeah.
Is it bankers and world leaders talking about policy plans and shit like that, which is legitimate,
or a bunch of reptile people?
Well, the problem is with Bohemian Grove specifically is some guy snuck in a camera.
I saw that,
and
the effigy.
They dress up like weird fucking little bunnies and
it's an owl effigy, right?
And speaking of people who dress up like weird bunnies, we shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, I know.
Shit.
I was just about to say.
But there's a lot of yes, there are sticky men. There are you know what I mean? They burn effigies and there are definitely rituals involved, and that's where you go why all that stuff?
I know. Isn't there something on the like the Watergate tapes or whatever? Nixon he said he's kind of isn't it? It's just a bunch of rich guys getting drunk and it was very dismissive kind of thing. It was kind of just I did that thing, and it's kind of just just a bunch of rich people getting drunk in the woods and acting the fool pretty much.
The reason it's my favorite conspiracy theory is because out of all of them, it kind of makes the most sense. Do you know what I mean?
When it comes to the New World Order,
yes, 100%.
Kind of thing. That one has I can see that has an air of believability for sure.
And the big thing that people say that their biggest job in at least the last 50 years or so has been the population cull of the world, right? Mm-hmm. Because they realized that at a certain point we're going to outgrow this planet. There's too many people.
There's a finite amount of just land to make food, a finite amount of just resources.
So that's why when disasters happen and maybe the
earththrick machines, and things like
yes,
that,
or if the relief organizations don't handle their shit too quickly, it's immediately attributed to this is First World Order shit. They're culling that percentage of the population or whatever. Like, here's the thing: it's either not true or definitely true, right?
Well, exactly. There's no kind of like in between on something like this.
Here's the
Like,
other thing:
you
as
can't,
as a reptilian and as you,
Yeah.
I think we'd be clued into if the Illuminati were real or not.
yeah.
You probably would have been invited into it at this point.
No, exactly. I mean, and it wouldn't be like something like doing a podcast and talking about something like this.
Sure. And
Wouldn't be a really great cover.
People in the Illuminati definitely wouldn't talk about the Illuminati.
Or they would talk about how it's not real on
Yeah,
the podcast.
of course not. Yeah, and how Jay-Z wasn't in it.
Yeah, exactly. Why? Why? You know, why would you accuse me of that, bro?
Step off, dude.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, come on. Like, gosh, you're like, why would I do that if I was a part of the Illuminati?
I think it's like the little kid fantasy lover in me that's just like, I kind of wish this shit were real.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's the thing, is that there's a
They're
certain amount of
fun.
fun.
They're
There's a certain
fun,
amount of
yeah.
fun. You know, the Area 51 stuff in the 90s, I remember, like, that was always,
I
you know.
still love Area 51. Like, so
Yeah, which was real.
where are you at on Roswell?
No, I mean, it isn't. There wasn't an alien that crashed here. Like, you know, I mean, it's, you know, I mean, I don't know. It was probably an experimental kind of like things. It's like, seems like with the Area 51 stuff, like they really were like, that's where they were testing the stealth bombers and things like that. And we're in the middle of a weird Cold War, and like, so they're not going to want that information to get
Where are
leaked
you
out.
on aliens in general?
I believe there's like, yeah, like just the odds of like, you know, like of there not being aliens is pretty slim. I mean, they, you know, I don't think that they're visiting us.
You don't think they're anthropomorphic humanoid types who have spaceships?
Like
and
the Greys and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I mean, like we've gone through. I mean, think about it. Like how many, like, you know, billions of years. You know, there's been just planets and you know, like there might be like some societies that are more advanced than us that are like, you know, like maybe like their version of the dinosaurs did evolve, you know, into like, you know, like actually, you know, evolved big brains and like, you know, learn space travel. But what are the
well,
I mean, and like, I don't know, like how, like,
how do we not all know about it?
yeah, it's exactly, it's the Neil deGrasse Tyson. I was watching a thing with him. I think he was talking about the moon landing stuff, and he goes like, "Listen,
buddy,
the president got a blowjob in the White,
Yes.
and, you know, in the Oval Office, and only 3 people knew about it, and like, so, you know, it's out. It's everybody knows about it. Like if you can't get like, you know, like just 3 people to keep a secret, you know,
How are you expecting all of human history to keep that?
It's
quiet?
like the flat Earth things. It's like every single airline pilot would have to be in on it.
Yes.
Every
Yeah,
single,
you're right.
Every single one, and you think that like not one of them would like, yeah, like say my stepfather is an airline pilot, and like, yeah, like, yeah. I mean,
I don't know, but the alien thing for me is interesting because the one thing where I kind of give pause is the whole reverse engineering thing, right? And I think it's been explained a little bit. So the idea that Roswell was 1954, I believe,
something like that. Yeah.
and the idea that like soon after that we got stealth bombers and we got things. Our technology took a giant leap forward ahead.
Yeah,
but
but
what
I mean,
people
the
are
advancement is exponential.
It is, and what people are forgetting is that's like also right around the same time that we inherited Operation Paperclip and all of the smartest Nazi scientists on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that's why a lot of our rocket science, like here's a little known fact, America. The only reason we got to the moon was because a Nazi told us how.
Yeah.
Like Werner von Braun. Like we were going to lose the space race.
I'm sure you've seen the thing, the piece he did that was the Disney company.
Yes.
Like, yeah, like Walt Disney took an interest in it and just trying to just kick up interest in this space program. But yeah, no, it was, yeah, he was a Nazi.
Oh yeah, big Nazi, big former Nazi that we gave like a house in like Pasadena or something.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean, because sometimes some of these conspiracies turn out to be true, like like the Tuskegee experiments, like, you know, that one where they were giving what was it? It was meningitis? No, not meningitis. It was syphilis. Yeah.
At this point, MK Ultra has pretty much been confirmed.
Yeah, no, it has. It has. I mean, you know, like, yeah, there's, of course, there's still going to be like, you know, like conspiracy theory. Yeah, exactly.
Conspiracy theories within conspiracy theories. But like for those of you who don't know, MK Ultra was for years like a rumored CIA program to train like mind hunter warriors through telekinesis and use of hallucinogens and all different means, and they were doing it.
Yeah, they were dosing people with acid and all that kind of stuff.
And they were trying
LSD,
to astral project, like the men who stare at goats was a real.
I was just about to say,
Yeah.
like, because I actually do like that movie.
It's not bad, yeah.
Yeah. I love it when he crashes into that rock. Clairvoyant, like it's like he finds the one rock in the desert to crash into. Look at it.
So like, who knows on a long enough timeline which of these will be revealed to be real, right?
Well, I'm pretty sure that the moon is a hologram.
That one, of course.
Yeah,
right?
that one's an easy one.
Are you familiar with the whole dark side of the moon theory, that there's like a hidden base and they're mining up there, and
Yeah,
like,
we found that up there, like, you know, like that's why, like, yeah,
that's why there was a space race, because like we needed the moon for whatever you make iPods out of.
I know.
Like,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Inhumans.
Exactly.
It's the blue area of the moon. You know, yeah.
What else do we got? Conspiracy.
Pizzagate.
Oh, Pizzagate.
Yeah. Let's go there.
Pizzagate's fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, no, I've been dragged into. There's YouTube videos about my involvement in
The
Pizzagate.
problem with Pizzagate and a lot of these, let's call them political conspiracies, is they are very heavily slanted one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the people who believe in Pizzagate only believe in it because they fucking hated Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because it's a real leap.
And they'll try to justify it kind of to it, like say, like, oh, there are some Republicans there.
So what was Pizzagate, Mac?
Well, I was kind of late to the party, you know, and you know.
Oh yeah, didn't we tell you like a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, no, no. I mean,
that.
well, no, it was kind of like I had like a friend of mine, kind of like, hey, they talking about you, you know, and yeah, it's apparently like because they use the word pizza a lot,
Like 1,000 times or something.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know when you have a bunch of like interns and volunteers and things like that, like ordering pizza would like is like
Guess what?
It's a
Me and you
crazy
have
thing.
only eaten pizza for 4 fucking days.
Pretty much, yes. And it's a
Where's the conspiracy?
so they exactly like well, they're putting stuff in our pizza.
Conspiracy is we want free pizza. Someone sponsor us.
Thanks. Please, Joe's. Joe's Pizza
Joe's, we've
on
talked
Carmine.
about this. Yeah.
So apparently it revolves around this one pizza joint, like Cosmos Pizza or something like that, something in DC. And like I think there's like tunnels and jiggle it, like tunnels that like lead to like tunnels that lead to like just I don't, it's apparently it's a pedophilia ring essentially.
The Democratic Party, Hillary Clinton specifically, is running an underground pedophilia ring that is located in the secret basement of a pizza place in Washington D.C. Became a big
other
thing
pizza places
on kind of right wing election time news things, and someone showed up with a gun to that fucking pizza place.
And like shut it up,
and
like,
demanded to free the
see
children
the basement
inside. Yeah,
and to see the basement, which apparently I don't think it has a basement. Like
no, they probably. I'm gonna say no on Pizzagate. I don't think it was.
Yeah. There's no basement at the Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Like it's like the Alamo. Yeah, no, that one. I've seen some video because I had a pizza theme band. So again, like it's always, he's sending us like some messages.
Oh, you were part of Pizza Underground was part of Pizzagate.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and there's a
you can
video
tell
of me eating a slice of
Hold
pizza.
on 1 second. I'm going to pause it. I'll stop the recording. Mac, were you guys really part of?
Yeah, no, I was like, it's a little traumatizing, but
I get it. They contacted you to be the official music for the whole sex ring, or
it's kind of sending out these like messages to the public so they know about what's really going on without actually saying.
Oh, you weren't a part of Pizza. I get it.
Yeah, no, I was a victim. I was, because I was a child.
You were a child actor.
Yeah,
obviously.
I was just a child in general.
Just a child, but specifically a child actor.
Yeah,
watch
exactly.
out.
I was surprised. I was quite surprised.
I got it. All right, let me hit
record.
record.
Okay.
So clearly nothing there.
Yeah. No, there's it's just like
No smoke, no fire.
Yeah, exactly. I did that Father John Misty video. We did it. We shot it in my living room, and like it's like the week it came out, he got like all of a sudden Father John Misty was somehow, I don't even know exactly, it was somehow getting associated with Pizzagate, and I went to his concert like that week, and he was just like, yeah, I'm kind of getting pulled into like this Pizzagate thing, and I said like, dude, you're preaching to the choir, and also I'm so sorry because I'm pretty sure that was my fault.
Like.
I'm pretty sure it was my fault. Yeah. This bit was not approved by Matt Cohen. Matt Cohen does not like jokes about deaf people. Matt, I can hear.
When couldn't you hear, Mac?
I have been deaf for the last 50,000 years.
How have we been podcasting, let alone communicating?
I've learned everything phonetically.
Oh, that's actually impressive. Like Nell?
Yes, like Nell.
Tea in the Wind.
Yes, kind of a little Helen Keller
That was like a
miracle worker.
That was a
kind of thing.
medium-aged Jodie Foster. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, it was a little medium-aged Jodie Foster.
Now that you can hear, what are you gonna do, man?
I was just thinking, all right, what should I do to hear, now that I can actually experience hearing things? Something like, I don't know, books on tape?
There's Baby Birds. There's the soft tones of Jamiroquai.
Ooh.
But can I really give you a tip?
Yeah.
Audible. You know what, man? Audiobooks are great for helping you be a better you. Whether you want to feel healthier, get motivated, or learn something new. And with an unmatched selection of audiobooks, original audio shows, news, comedy, and more, Audible has all the audio content you need to start your year on the right foot. Mac, if you were to listen to an audiobook now that you have your hearing, what book would that be?
I was thinking maybe A Short History of Nearly Everything by Bill Bryson.
I've heard it's called A Brief History, but Mac
A
likes
brief.
it.
Yeah, no, A Short History is a different book.
Oh, okay, and by Bill Bryson, and who reads it?
This guy with a buttery voice, I'm assuming. His name is Richard Matthews.
Assuming because you just now got your hearing. And
Because now that I can hear, I'm assuming.
you haven't gotten a chance to run to Audible yet.
I've been reading about the smooth, sultry sounds of Richard Matthews.
Of Richard Matthews.
Yeah.
Folks, if you want to hear the smooth, sultry sounds of Richard Matthews, go to Audible, and here's how you do it. You can actually get a 30-day trial, and your first audiobook will be free. And the way you do that is by going to audible.com/bunny ears or text bunny ears to 500-500.
How do you spell bunny ears?
It's BUNNYEARS.
Nailed it.
Bunny ears.
Bunny ears.
And that's the Bunny Ears promise. And that's audible.com/bunny ears or text 500-500 to Bunny Ears, and you will get a 30-day trial and a free audiobook of your choosing. You can do it with audiobooks. You know what you can do it with, Mac? You can do it with whatever you want.
I can do whatever I want.
You're the fucking page master.
I'm the page master. I can do it with Bill Bryson all I want.
He can get Bill Bryson to personally dictate this book into his ears if he wants. Right? But he's going to go the easy route through Audible.
Now that I can hear.
And so should you.
Yes.
Thanks, Audible.
Thank you for everything. Hey, Matt, wake up.
What, Mac?
Wake up. This is important.
What's wrong, man? It's like fucking 4:30 in the morning. I'm sleeping.
I'm hungry.
So go make yourself some food.
Well, how would I make that food?
Dude, we just got a new HelloFresh box in the mail. Come on.
Wow. So there's no more time-consuming meal planning or grocery shopping? HelloFresh makes it easy to cook delicious, balanced dinners for less than $10 a meal. You choose your delivery day, and everything gets sent right to your door in recyclable insulated bags? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, man. I'm again, I'm sleeping, and I don't know why we're talking about this right now, but yeah, obviously I know that. I love HelloFresh. With 3 plans to choose from, including classic, veggie, and family, there's something for everyone, man. Plus, there's lots of one-pot recipes for seriously speedy cooking and minimal cleanup. Look, you can look forward to your HelloFresh box delivery as the highlight of your week, knowing dinner just got that much easier. Mac.
What?
Yeah, HelloFresh hooked us up because we have a podcast, right? But I've actually been a HelloFresh customer for 7 months now. Legit.
What do you cook? Do you make gnocchi or something?
Nah, man, you don't remember. I made us stuff. Legit. Stu, are you here too? Do you guys
Stu.
remember that day?
Stu, wake up, Stu.
I made us those pork bun things that we ate in between the podcasts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, that was
HelloFresh,
that was
man.
HelloFresh?
Yeah, that was HelloFresh.
That was dope.
Well, all right, Stu, if you're hungry, you know what we got this week from HelloFresh. We're actually lucky, and I'll hook you guys up because I know you're not really whizzes in the kitchen.
Yeah, because I'm starving.
I'm waking up, guys. All right, HelloFresh gets me excited. So here's what we're eating this week, folks. If I were a HelloFresh eater this week on my personal menu that wasn't the show account,
well, yeah, what are you going to cook for
I'm
me?
getting hoisin marinated ribeye steak. I'm getting a meatloaf balsamico, and I'm getting pulled pork tacos because guess what? I'm a meat eater. But if you like veggies, they got you. If you like pasta, they got you. Honestly, HelloFresh is fucking dope. It's delicious, and it's fun to cook.
They have vegetarian and vegan options.
Yeah, they got all that stuff. Hey, man, and I heard HelloFresh is hooking up listeners of Bunny Ears. They got something for the Warren.
Yeah, so for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, just visit HelloFresh.com and enter the code BUNNY30.
How do you spell that?
BUNNY, the number 3, the number 0.
All right.
Actually, that was a question. Am I right? Right?
You know
Okay,
what, man?
yeah.
I'm still waking up. Could you just repeat that one more time, please?
Yeah. That's HelloFresh.com. Offer code BUNNY, the number 3, the number 0.
Bunny 30, yeah.
Yeah. For $30 off our first week of HelloFresh.
All right, guys.
That's so weird.
I mean, I'm probably going to go back to sleep, but when I wake up, I hope there's some delicious HelloFresh waiting for me.
I'm going to make you some pulled pork tacos.
I think I'd rather Stu make them for some reason.
Yeah.
I feel like I trust Stu more. Oh, you know, he's got that long beard. I'm going with you, Mac.
Yeah.
Taco me.
Yeah, here we
Thank
go.
you, HelloFresh,
Time to eat.
for making me fat. Atlantis has always been a favorite subject of mine.
Yeah.
The problem is I no longer believe in it.
Yeah, no, it's...
I did for many a year. Like, I was about to, like, embark on an Atlantis adventure and, like, try to find it myself.
And again, you said it before, it's like, it's fun. Like, that one's a
so
fun one,
fun.
and it's a harmless one.
And it took finding the right book where a guy broke it down. I bought a book at a used bookstore. It was about Atlantis, because I buy all fucking that kind of conspiracy theory shit, right?
Yeah.
I collect it. And I was like, oh, great, a new Atlantis book. And I started reading it, and within, like, a few pages, I went, oh, this is a book telling me why Atlantis couldn't have been real.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this. So basically, Plato created an allegory.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, exactly.
It's an allegory.
It's
That's
an allegory.
literally it. It's Sodom and Gomorrah. It's you know what I mean?
Exactly. You know,
Yeah.
it's the Tower
Big
of Babel
fucking
or whatever.
snooze on that. Oh, I wish Atlantis were real.
Oh, what about like Bigfoot, Loch Ness, things like that?
Cryptoids?
Yeah,
Cryptozoological
yeah.
creatures? That's always been one of my favorites.
Yeah, me too. When I was a kid, I was like, I was obsessed with that kind of stuff. The Yeti.
I think there are millions, might be a lot, but there are an untold amount of species that have not been discovered on this planet.
Absolutely. I think we still find like 5 a week, or 20 a week,
including primates. I think. Like, I think there are. I don't think there's anything as.
There are places where man has not set foot.
100%, right? My issue with, like, let's say Bigfoot specifically. Why haven't we found one yet? Like, why haven't we found a dead one?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Why has there not been any single photographic evidence of all time?
Exactly.
Except for that video that, like, I think
and especially
everyone knows who shot it now.
Yeah. I know that one. Yeah, it's exactly. Especially when you have tons of people hunting for it, tons of production companies, paying for these.
There are 6 TV shows. At any point.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's the best part about those TV shows. You know why I don't watch them? Because let's say it's like season 4, episode 6 of Bigfoot Hunters is on. Guess what? If you found Bigfoot, I would know about it.
I'd already know about it.
I would know about it before this show aired.
And like 4 seasons and like how many episodes and how much time.
With all of those kind of shows, it's like you're by the very nature of your show, if you find what you were looking for, I will know about it outside of your show because it will be on the news because it will be the single most significant discovery in human history.
Exactly. It's like the Game Over documentary about Atari. Like all that stuff with the ET.
With the
like,
ET.
Yeah, it was already in the news that they actually had found all that stuff. Like I knew about it like months and months and months before.
It wasn't a conspiracy theory.
I know that. Yeah, but at the same time, it was like once they found like if they found a Bigfoot, it would be the same kind of situation where the news would already break and then their documentary thing would be coming out.
I see what you mean. Exactly. Yeah. It's
Loch Ness. How about Loch Ness?
I was gonna say, that's one lock, man.
Yeah.
Like. Train the fucking thing. Look for him.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people have like trying, and even the person who came up with the initial one, the one that's just pretty much in silhouette, it's like a shadow. Like
he floated out like a
toy,
like
a toy. Like and he admitted it's like crop circles. Like the guys that admitted, like that they,
My thing with cryptoids in general is this, like. Can a coelacanth was considered a cryptozoological creature before they found one?
Which
that's
one
that
is
crazy
that
fish thing. That
the one that was like they thought was extinct like
for
millions
like 5
of years
million
ago.
Years.
Yeah, and they found they pulled one.
They found a living one. Yeah. So
we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about the bottom of the ocean.
100%. So I don't know that any of the big 5, let's say, are let's say your Bigfoots, your Jersey Devils, your Mothmans,
the Yeti,
the Sasquatch.
Chupacabra,
Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah.
The gang from Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
You got Mike Winooski. You got Sully. You got Randall. Where are you on Ghost? I guess it's not a conspiracy theory, but it's similar in the same vein. Paranormal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They kind of fall into the same umbrella. They're cousins. When I was younger, definitely. Like it was like it was.
Had you ever had an experience you thought?
Yeah, kind of. But it's also you definitely want to believe. When you're like 10, 12. I feel less like that. I mean, I did stay at a house once where I was kind of just I kept on seeing like a little Scotty dog out of the corner of my eye all the time, and I did hear like footsteps in the room above when I was by myself, kind of thing. But that's the house could be resting like that. I am I wouldn't go as far as saying like cynical kind of thing.
I'm a ghost agnostic.
Yes, right, yeah.
Prove it to me, I'll believe it.
I'm I've gotten into like James Randi, like that kind of stuff.
Sure.
There's
There's a guy named Hans Holzer who's like the preeminent authority on ghosts. I have a book called Ghost, and it's like 3,000 pages, and it is like case files after case files, and like I've read my entire life. I've spent like researching, as it were, casually the paranormal and stuff like this. I have yet to have an experience.
Yeah.
And I'm not courting one, and I'll be honest, I don't really want to see a ghost. I think it would scare the fuck out of me.
Exactly. And how come like most ghosts from the stories you hear, I mean, the ghosts just only start like in
Where
the 18th century,
where are the
19th
where are the
century.
cavemen
Where are the
ghosts?
cavemen
Yeah,
ghosts, like that
yeah.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
They're always wearing Victorian era clothing. It's like, was there just just a run on
Heaven's
on,
full
on
now,
ghost
man.
making? Yeah, exactly.
They hit the fire. The fire department came in. They were like, no more.
At least specifically like in that era,
Yeah, but I mean, look, and it's not. And again, agnostic on a lot of this stuff, except for like flat Earth, hollow Earth. Like I'm pretty sure that that kind of shit, moon landing. I don't think you know.
I mean, I've seen some of like, the moon landing things where like you can see like where like NASA did use like photos from like their training kind of things.
That looks better, probably.
That looks better and all that kind of stuff, and there's those kind of things where they were kind of trying to make it look really good, but like at the same time, like Stanley Kubrick, like and like a crew of like what? Let's say it's even less than 100,
exactly,
like, and all like
it's
somehow,
like Wag the dog.
Yeah, and like
you
somehow
can't pull that off.
all of those people like kept it secret somehow.
Speaking of Stanley Kubrick, one of my favorite areas of conspiracy theories are like pop culture conspiracy theories.
Okay.
So like, there's the whole stuff about the hidden coded messages throughout The Shining, and I think the documentary is called like Room 203 or something. It is nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, I believe that there was some things that were kind of like Kubrick was ahead
layered
of his time.
in, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, collective learning. I've been doing his thing, and there's some stuff like where it's kind of just like like there's a lot of furniture kind of moving around in the background, and I could see actually how, as a storytelling kind of technique, kind of when you cut between one thing and the other, and they keep on like. Is the script supervisor really that bad at their job, or is Kubrick actually like moving the chair like around a little bit?
But for what purpose?
To rattle you, like
yes, not to hide information or a conspiracy.
No, there's no underlying like conspiracy thing. There's no underlying story, but it's it's one of those things that would be subconsciously uncomfortable.
Sure, absolutely.
That, like, something is not right, and there's a lot of examples of it where it's kind of like, okay, like were they just like stoned and drunk and then not paying attention to like what was going on,
and all of a sudden, yeah.
Because I mean, there are neat things like the maze, from what's actually in the movie when they're running around the maze to what the map is
different,
and then also what the
overhead.
And then there's also the diorama.
Yeah,
or whatever,
the little model thing.
Yeah, the model. All three of those are different. So the whole idea is that like no wonder like if you get lost.
Though. Yes,
exactly. Like no wonder they kind of get lost, and
Another one along these same lines is the whole Paul is dead conspiracy that sometime in the late '60s that Paul McCartney died in a car accident.
Yeah, it was like in '65 or '66.
Yeah, he was in a car accident and he died, and they replaced him with
a lookalike
Billy Shears.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, man.
They've even gone that far?
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy.
They have his full name. They call him Fall for fake Paul.
Oh, goodness.
Or
I've heard that one. Yeah, I got it.
And you can break down that Sgt. Pepper out cover, man.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. He's got the hand over his head.
It's the Shiva is pointing to him, and he's barefoot in fucking Abbey Road.
Like, and even the license plate like says something that refers to it. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw him in concert like in the last like month.
Did you think it was
MSG.
him?
I don't know, man. Like, whew, I didn't know. Yeah, it's freaking Paul McCartney.
The other thing is, wouldn't they just be like, hey, member of the? Wouldn't that push more records?
Yes. Right?
100%.
Isn't that exactly what happens when somebody dies?
Why wouldn't they go, hey, Paul's dead, we're going to bring in a new guy, which is apparently what they did. Why wouldn't they just say that? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
The Allman Brothers kept on rocking.
I mean, exactly. Yeah.
Sublime has a Rome now.
Yeah, exactly. In Excess had a reality show, competition show.
They did. That's right, they did.
Yeah.
Like 20 years after the fact.
Jordan should have won, I'm just saying.
What was the show called again?
Rockstar. I think it was just
Oh,
straight
yeah.
Rockstar.
Just looking for the lead singer. Yeah.
Yeah, because then the second season was kind of like a super band kind of thing. I think it was kind of like it was. I think it was
Camp Freddy.
yes, something like
Do you remember that?
No. Was that?
It was like it was a super band. I can't even remember who was in it. They did a cover of "The Mommy's All Right." Who's
Daddy's All Right.
Yeah.
I
looked this up while we vamp.
Surrender.
Yeah, by Cheap Trick.
Yeah. Hey, you don't have to look it up. Boom.
No, I'm looking up what Camp Freddy was. It was a hard rock group of. It was a hard rock supergroup, and you had the following members: Dave Navarro. I don't know who the other people are. So, Associated Acts. So it's someone from Guns N' Roses, someone from Jane's Addiction, someone from Velvet Revolver, someone from Linkin Park.
Well, Velvet Revolver is also isn't that like a weird super band also?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, wasn't Scott Weiland in
exactly.
it? And like
it's all
Slash
just super
or something.
bands into super
yeah.
bands.
Mhm.
That's a fucking conspiracy theory. What about all the
super bands?
coded messages in music, playing records backwards, that sort of thing? Satanic.
I think when it happens, I have on the White Album. The end of "I'm So Tired" was like Paul is dead, miss him, miss him, which is actually it feeds right back into the other one we were talking about.
I think they were having fun.
That's exactly what they're doing. They're just messing around, kind of thing.
The Beatles were the first trolls.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, there's some people who actually can easily talk backwards and can understand
that little fella on Twin Peaks.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly, the little fella
and the nice Florida lady.
Yeah, I mean, and some people can do that. I knew a kid growing up that could just easily just talk backwards, like it was so.
Yeah, I think I've met a couple kids like that.
Yeah, fluent kind of thing. Yeah, but our brains don't really process it that way unless you
think backwards.
Unless you think backwards or have that kind of that ability. Yeah, and also to what end? Also, I mean, is there an Illuminati kind of thing?
That seems to be the common thread behind a lot of these. Exactly. To what end, right?
Yeah. It's is it a Josie and the Pussycats kind of thing?
Where subliminal,
advertising or whatever.
Took me a half second to realize what you were talking about.
Yeah. It's kind of just like purple is the new, the new green.
Du jour means bunny ears.
Exactly. I have a lot of affection for that movie.
No, it's cute. Are there any that I haven't brought up that are big ones for you?
No, I mean I'm trying to just
because there's so many. There's so many. The Black-Eyed Children, which is this.
You mentioned that one, before.
They're also referred to as. It is the fact that there are these super kids that all have black eyes and are all around the same age, and I don't know if they're government engineered or aliens. But here, I'm going to read, let's see what they're telling me. They're an urban legend of paranormal creatures that resemble children between the ages of 6 and 16 with pale skin and black eyes who are seen hitchhiking or showing up at front doors, basically. And people over the years have reported since the 90s of seeing these little kids with black eyes who supposedly show up at their front door and asking to use the phone. But sometimes they'll use archaic language, like they'll ask to use your telegraph.
Mm-hmm.
They're time travelers, but don't really know where and when they are.
Typewriter.
Yeah.
And can I use your printing press?
They're still being reported as of up to 2014 and stuff like that. Again, I do. I hate to plug other podcasts on this show, but fuck it.
I don't mind. Yeah,
I'm pretty deep on this stuff. So one of my favorite shows ever is, and we listened to it a little bit before you left. Was a show called Last Podcast on the Left. If you haven't checked them out, they are my go-to true crime, conspiracy theory, serial killer, fucked up stuff. And I do a lot of there's a show on the on the Chris Jericho's network called Paranormal Radio, which is just a daily kind of paranormal show. So it's everything from demons one day to werewolves the next to the Bermuda Triangle. And I kind of get my feet of this shit.
Yeah, exactly. You get to scratch that itch.
But there's just so much of it.
Yeah, it's dense. It's actually it's a deep well. You can sustain a daily show about it, kind of thing.
Oh, absolutely. And specifically on the conspiracy theory front, you know the new one that Avril Lavigne is supposedly not really Avril Lavigne.
Oh goodness,
They
no.
they replaced her with a double too, man.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
Well, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, we've been wanting to replace Avril Lavigne forever now. There's also Katy Perry.
Oh,
Miss
yeah.
Jumping Ramsey, like that one. Have you?
I
gone
did
to-
see. I did see
Yeah,
that Katy
yeah,
Perry
yeah.
and Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and kind of just like they even like line up their faces and all that. They do.
I'm gonna say
facial recognition.
Probably also no on that one as well. You know?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Has she ever done? Have we ever seen her in a little cowboy outfit?
I'm not sure. Have we?
I don't know, man.
Did Jumping Ramsey?
Have
like,
you ever
like
seen Katy
squirt-
Perry and Jean-Benet in the same place at the same time?
Right?
Now that I think about it,
you know what? No, yeah, exactly.
We'll give a maybe on that one. Actually,
Well, maybe Katy Perry's just really Zooey Deschanel this whole time.
she has a cat. I think her cat's name is Katy Purry, and I find that funny.
Yeah, like named it after yourself.
But originally,
a
I
pun.
thought it was Kitty Purry, which I think is even funnier.
That's actually one of my fake band name things. Yeah, like I have a like Kitty Purry or Kitty like whatever that kind of thing. Like it's a we'll do a bit on that one.
We'll do an episode about fake band names.
Yeah. Probably
We could generate an
that's-
entire episode.
Exactly, because we'll go over. We'll do like a music thing. Like we were already kind of like spitballing that. So maybe I'll throw in some of the fake band stuff.
Let's think. What are the other big like Bermuda Triangle? I guess you got.
Yeah, that's like I think been thoroughly like.
Well, actually, I mean that one. I believe in like.
It's a major shipping lane, so of course there's going to be more disappearances there.
It's that, and I also do believe that there are spots on the Earth with higher levels of electromagnetism, and I do think that fucks with the weather and with compasses and stuff like that.
I mean, I think that's been known by like mariners for a while, so ever since there have been compasses.
Yeah.
There are places that kind of like maybe there's a big iron deposit or something like that.
Exactly,
Like,
right.
It's a little wonky, but
There's a concept of a thing called a vile vortex, which is also a big conspiracy theory thing, and these vile vortexes are basically.
Is that anything like Sonoma vortexes?
No, they're like so they're described as like Wikipedia describes them as they're like geographic areas of here I lost it. Vile vortex. You guys are gonna want to hear this. They're geographic areas arranged in a pattern around the Earth, basically, and they are here. I'll show you a picture, buddy. And they are like the
Pentagram.
the ley lines of where the country is as of the planet. They are like our Here we go. A vile vortex is any of 12 purported particular geographic areas arranged in a pattern around the Earth, and they are often attributed for disappearances and other mysterious phenomena. So the Bermuda Triangle is a vile vortex. They're ley lines, as it were. So it's electromagnetic aberrations. Think of Lost. Did you watch Lost?
Oh yeah.
So a lot of the
did that
stuff
one.
they explained on that was through like magnetism and the fact that like that island sat on a spot in the Earth's core where you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's the idea behind like the Bermuda Triangle. And there's even one up in Vermont called like the Bennington Triangle, where it's these spots on the planet, that are equidistant to each other, as it were, that just fuck shit up.
So like I mean but like why are they why are they equal distant? Like is there a bigger hand involved?
Yeah,
kind
see,
of thing.
I don't think so, but I that's the problem with conspiracy theorists. Is like there's always a bigger hand involved, and that hand is usually attached to a Jewish guy.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
That hand is hairy and has a watch on it.
Was it
a gold bracelet? Yeah.
It was the angry video game nerd. He did this like thing where he was like a couple random points on a piece of paper, and he's like, I can't see the pattern. He goes, oh wait, let's see.
Mac is drawing some points on a piece of paper. It is
A perfect pattern.
It's a circle. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just like you can make a whole like you can make a pattern out of anything. All of a sudden, it's a spiral.
And that's a big thing. So I don't know if I guess you could call it conspiracy theory, but that would be numerology. So like Bible code. Do you remember when that was a big thing in the 90s?
Yep.
And that is basically what you just did. And I forget the term for it.
You can find patterns out of
you can make
virtually
you can make
anything.
patterns out of virtually anything.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. And not only that, it's
Our brains want to. They crave it.
It's called pareidolia.
Yes.
Good
job, buddy.
No, thank you very much. Yeah, it's like seeing faces on Mars, or like just seeing doggies in clouds. Just our brain needs to if it's something that is unrecognizable.
You
or
try to put a recognizable face on it.
It's even just subconsciously you put it together. Things have to make sense to you, otherwise. It doesn't make sense.
And I think
so sometimes you have to force the issue. Your brain just does it for you.
And I think that's a perfect kind of sum up for what we were talking about.
Yes.
It's like people are forcing themselves on a lot of these things.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a
hey, keep them eyes open, but fucking wear some shades. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, and you can have some fun like with some of this kind of stuff. Like I said, some of them are harmless. Like some of that Bigfoot stuff, even or Atlantis. Like that's harmless kind of things. Yeah.
Sure. There was a dude who claimed that he was in. I've gone like 20 hours on this. There's a guy that claimed that he was in a government program that was able to teleport people to Mars, and that Barack Obama was in it, and that we have like full teleportation and like colonies on Mars already and stuff.
I'll buy
that. It's just fun to fucking read. It's like they're like fun TV shows.
That's what I mean. Like
there's a reason I like Fringe. Like what I mean?
Yeah. I went there. Yeah, exactly. Those those guys with the hats with the no hair.
Those guys, those hat guys.
They're all throughout like
or the
history.
Men in Gray or the Men in Black or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Exactly.
Some like I said, some of it was fun, but But
I can't wait till people have conspiracy theories about this podcast.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, listen, just the fact that I used the word Pizzagate, like just like off to the races now.
Oh yeah, you're right, man. You acknowledged it.
Yeah, exactly.
We're fucked.
Oh yeah. No.
I hope we get a big boost of like Pizzagators joining the war.
Exactly.
You're welcome, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm brainwashing the masses.
The warren's big enough for everyone. I think that's it for our conspiracy theory, John. We'll be back. We'll be back to this subject.
This doesn't seem like we can do more on this.
We just hit the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, exactly.
And also,
it goes
did
deeper.
the Titanic really hit that iceberg, or there's a lot on that too. Actually,
who knows? You know what? Maybe we'll do that not next episode, but
in an episode in the future.
Yeah, hold your breath, Warren.
And until then, Warren, you could always find us same place, same time. Also, check us out on Instagram at Bunny Ears Podcast. Go to bunnyears.com for fun stuff. Check us out on YouTube, Bunny Ears. And, of course, call us, 845-393-4629. That's 845-EASY-E-HOAX. Leave a voicemail, and maybe we'll play it at the end of the show. If you want to chat with the show, we are on Twitter at Bunny Ears Pod, and that's where Mac jumps in the... pilot seat every once in a while.
I'll probably throw some funny stuff out.
He'll do some stuff. And you could email us for any reason. Again, remember our rule, though. If you send them nudes, we instantly retweet them.
Yes, exactly.
And that's...
so send nudes.
So send a lot of nudes. They don't have to be of you. BunnyEarsPod@gmail.com. And I am on the internet at CamelToad on Twitter and Insta. And this has been another fun audio adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
we're the best.
Yeah, we are the best. We're the best.
What do we do? By the way, I'm Matt Cohen. This has been
that
guy. And what do we do at the end of every week?
We try not to suck too many dicks, and if you do, send some pics.
Suck them dicks.
Suck your dick.
It's conspiracy.
Suck your own dick.
Suck Bigfoot dick.
Find me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch.
Yo, man, I just want to give big ups to you, Stu! Stu! Yes! Also, much love to you, too, Matt and, who is it? McConaughey? No, Professor McGonagall? Is that who it is? Anyway, love you guys. Keep up the good work. Nurse John of the Warren. Out.
Hey, this is Frank Warren again with another interesting fact. If you start counting from 0, your lips will never actually touch each other until you reach 1 million. It's insane. Just try it now. Hey, did you guys see that movie where Devin Sawa goes to the mall and he goes into the dressing room and he just can't for the life of him find a pair of trousers called Try-It-All Pants?
Bunny Ears LLC production.
You are freaking lumberjack! 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 Lumberjack!